Yada, 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 yada. Yada, 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 yada. Yada, 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 yada. Yada, 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 yada.
Okay, here we go. It's a joke day. Well, in my life, every day is a joke day. When you walk around with this face, you don't have a whole lot of choice. Let's see. We got all kinds of. This is. I do think this is the much better way of going about things with scheduling the stream significantly in advance. Seems like more people get notifications, and just seems like it would work out better. Let's see, what do we got here? Callum is in, and Milag's here, and Chrome's here, and Rainy Friday. This is just first live stream, and that intro was weird. That's not the weirdest thing you're gonna see here. Barry says, I'm offended by these jokes. Where's my Memorial Road and statue? Yeah, you can certainly make some brownie points in certain echo chambers by being offended at something, especially if it's something that no one else had prior thought to be offended by. Oh, good. Well, at least you guys were here. Could you guys hear the audio on that? Because I don't know if I got something going wrong here. When that intro, before I got actually my beautiful face on the stream, could you guys hear the audio on that? Because I can't. And it doesn't show that it's putting any out. Here, let me put it back up again for a second. Just tell me if you guys...
Yada, 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 yada.
Yeah, because it's showing as nothing for desktop audio here.
Yada, 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 yada.
Did you guys hear any of that? Another thing I got to figure out why it isn't working. Willie says, I only being suicidal. Girls, that ass is limited edition. Also has some extra cash. Can I sponsor another Total Drama episode this month? Yeah, we got room this month, Willie. Yeah. Yeah, just hit me up. Well, you know the routine. Just hit me up over at the Goosh, and I'll just I'll put them together. I'll put the two episodes into one. I'm looking forward to that because, like I said, now see that desktop audio went through. You guys can hear it. Huh? I wonder why I can't. Okay, at least I know it's working. Because now, like that, I heard the announcement there, our little fanfare for there being a super chat, but I couldn't hear that at all. Yeah, the yada yada. I thought that was kind of cool and kind of creepy both. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that Total Drama just because, as I said, that was one of the things that Brax really enjoyed, Total Drama Island. And I only got to watch little bits and pieces of it with him. That just seemed to be like one that it was scheduled to where him and I weren't able to watch together a lot. Because most of the cartoons, you know, him and I saw a lot together. But Total Drama, I know a little bit. I can't remember character names. I remember that the guy running the whole thing was like a Jeff Probst rip off, and they had the big chunky dude there and everything. Skook says, have you actually been arrested? Your thumbnail is great. Well, thanks. Actually, in that particular incident, no, that was just a really good-natured cop down in New York that I was messing around with. Aiden says, watching in career and finance management. Well, what? I mean, think about it, Aiden. What could possibly set you up for a brighter future than a joke stream here at Spezvoice Comedy / The Goosh? Zach, thanks, my friend. I appreciate that. And Nakomi says, what's the difference between kinky and perverted? Kinky is when you tickle your girlfriend with a feather. Perverted is when you use the whole bird. Oh, what? Okay, that's pretty good. I hadn't heard that one before. That's good. Mr. Croissant says, hey, Curtis, I'm a little nervous because I'm getting my first vaccine today. Is it quick and to the point or long and grueling? Oh, the shot itself is nothing to it. I mean, for me, and especially the first shot, just from me and my family's takes on it, the first shot's just, your typical shot. Your arm might get a little sore. Mine really didn't. My wife's did a little bit. It all depends on who administers the shot too. Sometimes they'll hit a muscle or something, but usually for at least our personal experiences, the first shot's nothing. Second shot, I had like mild flu symptoms for about 5-6 hours the following day after I got it. And the whole day I didn't feel 100%, but I only really had symptoms for 5-6 hours, and then it was gone. And my wife got next to nothing for symptoms. So no, it's nothing. It's nothing to let intimidate you or anything. Don't be concerned, especially the first one. Just like any other shots you've gotten, a little poke in the arm, and that's it. Yeah, Big Green says, first time I got the shot, I didn't even notice it already happened. Yeah, the people who did ours were really quick, slick, and smooth with it too. But again, it's easy for me to say, so I try and explain it all the way around because I know a lot of people have a fear of needles, and I don't. So, but it was nothing. A Global Toss Pot says, what is black in the corner and has 12 titties? I'm scared to know. A garbage bag in the oncology department at the hospital. Jesus. Oh, man. That's actually pretty funny, Berries. Why is the white guy in prison scarier than the black guy in prison? The white guy actually did it. Okay, that's pretty good. I hadn't heard that one before either. Tracy says, when I got my vaccine, I was fine. Yeah, again, me, my wife, Brax, my stepdaughter, and a lot of my people I know here locally have gotten the shot, and I don't know of anybody that had any issues with the first one at all, other than, again, a little bit of a sore arm. And second one, nobody had much of anything much worse than I did, which was just a day of flu-like symptoms. Nicole says a woman walks out of the shower, winks at her boyfriend and says, honey, I shaved myself down there. Do you know what that means? The boyfriend says, yeah, it means the drain is clogged again. Oh, the wife is kind of Sasquatchish. Is that a word? It's going to be now. Sasquatch-ish. I like that. Oh, berries. These are already brutal today. What do you call a disabled Jewish kid? Auschwitzig. Oh, that's awful. Really? Trevor says, for whatever reason, I look like I was stoned after I got the second shot, but I was fine otherwise. Yeah, like I say, my wife had, which isn't necessarily a good thing, she had next to no reaction to it. And you kind of want to have a little bit of a reaction to it because it just tells you that, your immune system is fighting. So I was a little concerned. I would have rather she had some sort of symptoms. Willie says, Xi Jinping has a lot in common with Winnie the Pooh. For starters, they are both yellow. And boy, he hates that Winnie the Pooh thing, don't he? I do like the fact that after it was discovered that he really hated that Winnie the Pooh thing, that that was one thing that it seems like both sides of the aisle could get together on here in America. Everybody liked posting G Winnie the Pooh memes. Excuse me. Let's see. Pizza Man says there's nothing wrong with a clown going to a circus. Leslie says, Grandma, most people your age are married by now. Why aren't you? Me, most people your age are dead by now. Why aren't you? Oh, Jesus. Pizza Man explains, except when the clown is a pedo and the circus is a school. Yeah, that would be a problem. Rosa says, seeing the modern generation of Americans, I am beyond disappointed, and I miss Stephen Hawking. Despite being British, he would never kneel to our anthem. You gotta appreciate Hawking for that. He was not a kneeler. Oh, Mr. Croissant, I found my kink, but my dog doesn't like foreplay. Come on. Oh. Winnie the Pooh is bipartisan. Indeed, same. Yeah, well put. It was finally something we could all get together on. That we all like torturing G. How does he pronounce it? Oh, who cares how he pronounces his name? Fuck him. Nakomi says, what do you call a herd of cows masturbating? Beef stroking off. These are good. Oh, this is Neon Brine. That's one of my favorites. My grandpa said, your generation relies too much on technology. I replied, no, your generation relies too much on technology, and I unplugged his life support. Oh, okay, Chrome. Just putting your dinner away? I got my grandson is playing his first football game this afternoon for the school's modified team. So I'm going to be over there later. Oh, that's right. I'll have to eat dinner early. Ah, what a shame. Samuel, what kind of shoes does a ninja wear? Sneakers. Ah, I love puns. Oh. And Jesus Christ himself is here today with us in chat. And he says, imagine if I was into BDSM when I was crucified. Oh yeah, whip me harder. It could have been like that could have been history changing. Crucifixion, maybe it's not so bad after all. Rosa says, the past, the present, and the future all walk into a bar. It was tense. Oh, and Angelina. Another, I love awful puns. How does a rabbi make his coffee? He brews it. He brews. I knew this was going to be fun. Leslie said, oh, Leslie, I had a crush on my teacher, which was confusing because I was homeschooled. I guess it's funny to most of us, anybody here in Alabama went, yeah. Oh, and the Alabama derision isn't going to let up any now with as good as they are again this year, seemingly. God damn it. Barry says, what's the difference between a cop and a bullet? The bullet is actually fired when it kills someone. Jesus Christ, Barry. Oh. Jordan poops a lot. Oh, I've heard this one. This one's brutal too. What's the hardest part of eating a vegetable? Getting them out of the wheelchair. Oh, this is terrible. Hey, in between jokes, I forgot I wanted to ask you guys this. You guys know that I'm just begun. We're on a hunt to try and I want to see if we can become the top anime channel on Patreon over at the Goosh. And to do so, we would have to knock off. Why does their name go? That's another one of those. I've told you I've got certain nouns that just won't stick with me. And I like those guys, but do you think that the name of their channel will ever stick with me? You guys will tell me. But anyway, we've got to knock off number one. So I've been thinking about different things I could do. Maybe different blind wave. Thank you, Trevor. We'd have to knock off blind wave. And again, as I always put out there, I don't have any issue with blind wave. I like them. It's a competitive thing. I want to be able to take them out, take their spot. You guys know what a Disney nut I am. I always figured, well, if we got it that big, I'd certainly be able to swing it financially. I would always like to have had a drawing where I could pick somebody amongst the Patreon crew and set them up to meet me in Disney World to have like a long Disney World weekend together or something. I had looked into that because we had wanted to do it, and there are all kinds, because of the value of the prize, there's all kinds of crazy rigmarole you'd have to go through to try and get it done, and money has to go into individual state accounts and escrow and all this happy horse shit. So I got thinking, though, if we wanted to do that, if I wanted to set my sights on that, if I were to make a video explaining to everybody that, if we pass Blind Wave and we become number one, I am not going to go in, fuck off train, and pick one of you at random, because I can't do that. That would be a giveaway. So I'm not going to go in and randomly pick one of you if we pass them and then private message you to set up a Disney excursion with me. What I'm going to do is just randomly not pick anybody. Just someday after we pass them, I'm going to feel like, you know what? I want to hang out with someone down at Disney World, and it'll probably be one of you guys. Now, if I say that, that's not violating any rules. I don't have to have all of that escrow account set up and everything, right? Because I wouldn't go in and randomly pick someone. I wouldn't use a random number generator or anything, no. Chefs in Alabama are inbred. Sweet home Alaboomer. Susan not showing your messages again? That's not surprising, Miss Ogg. That's the thing lately. How big would we need to become to pass them? They're bigger than I thought. It's gonna be tough, Chrome. I thought there were like 8,000 or 9,000 patrons. I think they're at 13. But I've just begun on that trip. We'll start putting stuff together. And Coltonius is over at the Discord. He's going to be doing some Discord promotion. We'll cross promote with Discord to try and get everybody that's over there might have an interest in the Goosh to come over. And I'll set stuff up. If we're going to make a run at it, I'll have stuff set up for every 1,000 along the way, because the smaller things I can still do. And at Patreon is cool. They actually have made it so you can get around the rules a little bit. Excuse me. All I have to do at Patreon is I can't just randomly pick someone and give them a prize. However, I can randomly pick someone and have them have to complete a task, and I can give them a prize. So in other words, like say I randomly pick Chrome. If you can answer a trivia question, then I can give you a prize. Doesn't say how that the trivia question has to be mind-numbingly difficult. The trivia question could be something along the lines of naming any one of the main protagonists of the little-known anime One Piece. So if we start moving that direction, if we're able to start getting those numbers up, even before we were to eventually, hopefully, pass and become number one, pass Blind Wave and become number one, we'll do stuff along the way. What type of shoes do ninjas wear? Sneakers, yes. The ninja jokes are flowing today. That's the first time we've had a double joke in quite a while. But yes, that's I had not heard that one before, actually. Kaiser says, the cat says to the dog, enough with the bad rough jokes, you son of a bitch. 13,000 patrons. What silly amount of money are they making? I have no idea, Chrome. Like I said, when I said it, I hadn't looked at those kind of numbers in ages. I thought they were at like 8,000 or 9,000, which would still be a steep climb for us. But I was shocked when I got in there and saw it was 13,000. And it's to their credit. They were one of the first ones. I think they were the first one to set up a Patreon with their channel. The first one that does the anime stuff. So, I mean, they deserve it. Again, it's a competitive thing. I would like to see, We're never going to be able to be the number one channel on YouTube because Susan already fucking hates me. So we got to look for our number one elsewhere. Mr. Croissant says, Luca walked home one day to his sister. She was crying. Luca asked, what's wrong? She said she was pregnant. Luca was shocked at first and then remembered he didn't pull out. Mobile, Alabama. Rosa says, Curtis, did you hear about the new brain scan studies yet about transgenders? They examined more than 1,000 trans people's brains, and we can confirm that most of them were suicide. Oh, Rosa. Oh. For those who don't know, Rosa is a transgender woman herself. I've heard that one varies. What does a pedo get for Chinese takeout? Some young cuck. Jesus Christ is back. He says, suddenly it smells of hypocrisy in here. Oh, look, it's the Catholic Church. Oh. And what's this? No little Timmy? Progress. Oh, man. How come? I'm kind of, my feelings are kind of hurt because when I was a kid, my mom took us to the Catholic Church, and she got disenchanted with it many years later and switched churches. But anyway, when I was a kid, we went, and one summer, she made me do the altar boy thing, and I never got hit on. I was too ugly even as a kid. My cute little outfit there kind of hurt my feelings. Actually, I only did it for one summer because I did not want to be fucking doing that shit, and I became unruly enough that they were like, no, you can just go. Leslie says, I hope death is a woman. That way it will never come for me. Willie says the Bible was written by Jesus fans. Therefore, it's fan fiction. Oh, Mr. Popo. No, Popo, no. He says, what's yellow and can't swim? A bus full of children. Jeez. Chrome says, well, you were ginger. How would the priest be able to ruin and destroy your soul if you had an afro? Excuse me. Oh, and Angelina with yet another high-quality, terrible pun. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. Impasta! Ah! Oh, Prince Neo. Did you see what happened to Stevie Wonder's wife? Neither did Stevie. I told you guys this before. I always admired Stevie Wonder, though. Not, well, for his music, obviously, but because he always had such a good sense of humor about himself. I'll never forget the old Saturday Night Live bits when he would be the Canon camera spokesman in a commercial. So simple, even Stevie Wonder can use it, and he's shooting the sky and the ground and his feet. Mr. Croissant says, my wife is always telling me to stop stomping around the house when she writes. I swear I regret marrying Anne Frank. Oh. Oh. The Quest guy, why did Bob Ross have a child? He had an aphrodisiac. A happy accident, as it were. I've heard that one, Spucks. What's red and goes 200 miles per hour? A baby in a blender. The Raven's got one. How can you tell when your wife is dead? Sex is about the same, but the dishes really start to pile up. Neon Brian says, what's the difference between George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin? Zimmerman knew how to dodge a bullet. Yow. Oh. God damn. Davi says, I started crying when Dad was cutting onions. Onions was such a good dog. Oh, jeez. Leslie says, dentist, this will hurt a little. Patient, okay. Dentist, I'm having an affair with your wife. Oh, you got lag, Rosa? I'm not seeing any on my end so far. But we know Susan does like to spread things around for all of us. So no doubt that there's some laggage out there. Just checking something. Okay, got that. And two, again, with us trying to make the push to become, just beginning the push to become the #1 anime Patreon channel, I'm going to give you guys the link to it every so often. I'll pop it up in there. I'll pop it up in there. That's the link if you want to check out the Goosh, which is our Patreon. Yeah, probably localized Chrome. We're seeing more and more of that too. I think just so many of their servers are kind of shitty. Oh, what a surprise. Oh, that one's brutal. It's just me. What's the difference between my dad and cancer? My dad didn't beat cancer. Chrome says, by the way, Curtis, did you see Netflix is making a live action One Piece series? It'll be about, I didn't know it was the hour-long arc. And the showrunner is already making an ass of himself comparing Luffy to Kamala Harris. Comparing Luffy to Kamala Harris? Jesus Christ. Can't they do anything anymore without fucking it up before it even becomes a thing? Jesus. Oh, Masag. My brother unfortunately died in 9/11. His last words before death were Allahu Akbar. Yeah. Oh, man. Barry says, why don't Asian kids believe in Santa? When Christmas comes around, they make more toys. Gimster says, my brother asked to have some of my peanuts. After he ate some, I said to him, I have been told my nuts are salty. Can you confirm this? I'll have to remember that one. My wife likes peanuts. Not so much my nuts, but still a good joke. Popo says, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it leaves and never comes back. Oh. I've heard that one, Neon Brian. What do Sarah Palin and Iron Man have in common? They both had a Downey Jr. inside them. For any of you who don't know, Sarah Palin has a Down syndrome child. Gabe TV says, what's the last thing that goes through John F. Kennedy's mind? A bullet. Yes. I've heard a similar one. What's the last thing that goes through a bug's mind right before he hits your windshield? His asshole. Andrew says, no more jokes. It's time for a serious talk on how many licks does it truly take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. It depends. I knew a stripper once who could do it in about 3. And you guys can just determine for yourselves how she became so adept at sucking. Henry says, hey Curtis, my favorite comedian of all time is George Carlin. Good call. But have you ever watched Louis C.K.? Sure. I've died laughing watching him so many times I wish he would become relevant again. Well, I think he is relevant as he's going to be, Henry, because ever since, he did do some perverted shit. And that got him canceled. So I don't think he'll ever be, we certainly have a sector of society that is not going to ever be willing to forgive any type of discretion. So I think he'll always be relevant. His gigs still do well. And yes, I do think he is really funny. Rainy Friday says, your stream keeps me company on my drive home from work. Thanks. Before this, I'd only ever sent super chats to cute anime girls. So just know in my eyes, you're a cute anime girl. Now my day is complete. Ha. He. Nani? How many of you guys just puked? Nani. Ah, that gave me a shiver. Naomi says, "What do you call an Asian prize fighter whose dad has a serious case of diarrhea?" Oh, Jesus Christ! A slap happy jappy with a crap happy pappy. What the hell? I love stuff like that. That's a good one, Naomi. Barry says, huh, "What's white and sticky?" A white person's alibi to the police. Yeah, I've heard that one too, Debbie. I like that one. A man went into a library and asked for a book on how to commit suicide. The librarian said, "Fuck off. You won't bring it back." Quest guy. This is the sad but true category. What did Pryor, Carlin, and Robin Williams have in common? Their deaths were comedic tragedies. Yes. Robin Williams has really hit me hard. I was always such a huge Robin Williams fan. Henry says, you mentioned that Richard Pryor is one of your favorite comedians. Yeah, he was brilliant. Have you ever seen the movie starred in called Brewster's Millions? Sure. I liked Brewster's Millions. It's actually a pretty good comedy from the 80s. I used to watch all those. He used to do all those comedies with Gene Wilder. I can't remember titles right now. The one where him and Wilder get sent to prison, the famous we bad scene. And yeah, Brewster's Millions was really cool too, where he had to spend the money in a certain amount of time. And yep. Yeah, I watched all those back in the 80s. Johnny says, I was digging in my backyard and I found some buried treasure. I got excited and went to tell my wife, but then I remembered why I was digging. I've heard that one. I like this one. Chrome's got a good one here. I'm sorry and I apologize mean the same thing, except at a funeral. Lex says, well, as is to be expected at this point, despite me pressing the notification button, I was not notified because of course not. Yeah, that's another one of the reasons. I mean, with trying to get more people over to the Goosh, it has become a competitive thing for me because that's the way I am. But what inspired it was just trying to get more and more people over there. So, because YouTube is so dysfunctional and so broken, and to try and help all the way around, I'm going to be cutting some other things out that I do, not anything that you guys will notice, not in content creation, and trying to spend more time with you guys over at the Discord as well. Jedi Dan says marriage is not a word, it's a sentence. That's a good one, Spuck. I like that. He says, my wife told me she'll slam my head on the keyboard if I don't get off the computer. I'm not too worried. I think she's going to... That's a good one. I like that. Johnny says, Pryor was on the Blazing Saddles writing team. That movie was brilliant. Sure was. That is one of the movies, the older era movies that has really aged well, will always be funny. There's only a few of them like that to me too. Monty Python, The Holy Grail, of course. Blazing Saddles, Spaceballs, stuff like that. Doing good, Burmesian Knight. Oh, Davi. Yes, that one is a dark one. What do you call a necrophiliac gangbang? Cracking open a cold one with the boys. Oh, yeah. Willie says if Anne Frank was gay, she would have hidden in the closet. Leslie, man, where exactly are you taking me, doctor? Doctor, to the morgue. Man, what? But I'm not dead yet, doctor, and we're not there yet. Now that makes me think. That makes me think of Monty Python, The Holy Grail, and the whole "Bring Out Your Dead" scene. I'm not dead. I feel happy. Oh, shut up! You will be shortly. Rosa says my internet died for a second, so I don't know if you read this one already. Nope. Did you know that in 1894, 5,000 East Africans managed to end a German genocide in less than a month? They really died fast. Oh. Lud says, I'm throwing a fried chicken sandwich right now, so I'm all out of funnies. Nice. Fried chicken. I had a meatball sub for lunch. I can tell because it's still down there in my stomach, creating some sort of issue. It's battling with anything else that might be in my stomach right now. There's a war going on. Chrome explaining about the showrunner. He said Luffy and Kamala Harris are the same, and Saint Charles and Trump are the same. Also, One Piece was always progressive and political. It's the same people making live-action Cowboy Bebop. People are off their fucking nut anymore. Why is there such a desperate need to make everything political? Aside from, I've never, in my lifetime, I've never seen society as divided as it is right now. I've never seen society as dependent on everything having to have a political slant. Sometimes shit just happens for shit reasons. There doesn't have to be a political connection to everything. Oh, Gabe. Why is America so bad at chess? They lost 2 towers. Come on. Fuck off, train. We get 2 of our rooks taken out. Okay, Mr. Popo, that's a good one. My son, who's into astronomy, asked me how stars die. Usually an overdose, son, I told him. That's a good one. Joel says, favorite Spongebob character? Mine's Doodle Bob. I just love how he's so stupid and speaks gibberish. Brax and I love that Doodle Bob episode. Right from I don't know who my favorite character in all of SpongeBob would be. I'd have to think about it. But, yeah, Doodle Bob was a great episode. It really was. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. Dihaj says, I don't like Trump, but I don't think he'd ride in on a naked man anytime soon. Masag says, little boy asked his mom, how was your first birthday? Her mom answered, I don't remember. Ask our father. No. Leslie says, priest, do you have any last requests? Murderer sitting in the electric chair. Yes. Can you please hold my hand? You're not going to get me with that one. I've heard that one, Neon Brian. I like this one. When I see the names of lovers engraved on a tree, I don't find it cute or romantic. I find it weird how many people take knives with them on dates. Kage or Cage, depending on how he wants to pronounce it, says, just left a like. Like Spike, anyone? Gabe TV says, what's the difference between Mexicans and stoners? They actually have paper. Graves says, my uncle let his boys stay with the Bidens for the weekend. They came back as girls. Mr. King in Negativity says, where did Ahmed go during the bombing? Everywhere. Yow. Apple Wolf. 1st of December, World AIDS Day. I don't think it'll ever take off like Christmas. Yeah, because, well, for one thing, I'd be concerned about what the saint that comes down your chimney on World AIDS Day is going to leave you. What kind of present? Trevor says, oh, this happened to me just yesterday in the stream. So apparently Susan took the liberty of switching my chat to Top Chat, and some people are still surprised that Susan licks her fingers before turning a page on her Kindle. That's pretty good, Leslie. How do you know you're ugly? If you always get handed the camera for group photos. And as I'm saying, that's pretty good. If If we were to go through like the family photos and stuff, the personal photos I have on my computer right now, you would see that a vast majority of them I was the picture taker. I think there's something to that. Solara says 39 minutes. 39 minutes, I still haven't gotten a notification. Thanks, recommended. Fucking hell, Susan. Yeah, guys, I so wish this system worked at all. But like I say, that's what we'll try it. I'm just going to keep trying to push more and more, for people to be able to join up to the Goosh. And the more people we get in, the more things we'll do there. And everything new that's added, I mean, right now you guys know over at the Goosh, there's a lot of content you can see at the $1 level. You can see all the content at the $5 level. But anything new I add, as we're trying to add people on, anything new will be for everybody, $1 level and above. I have to put everything behind a paywall. I can't leave anything out because immediately that creates issues with the anime stuff. Yeah, Cage says, what's the difference between a bag of dead babies and a Ferrari? I don't have a Ferrari in my garage. Chrome says, they explained a while ago, if I remember, it's safer to use existing franchises as a Trojan horse for their ideas than make a new series. They're desperate for control as it's slipping away from them. Agreed. Oh wow, Big Green says, I am getting a stream notification ever since you scheduled the streams for later. Hopefully it'll help out some. It does seem to work a little better. It does seem like more people get notified in that interim between, when I post it and when we actually go live. So I'll try and obviously keep doing them this way. Oh, Johnny, that's awful. People are so politically correct these days. You can't even say black paint. Instead, you have to say, Leroy, please paint my fence. God damn. Oh, man. Chrome says, if a toy were to die in Toy Story, then the kid wouldn't know, would they? So would the other toys just have to watch as the kid make them play with the corpse? I hadn't thought about that, but I would say yes. God damn it, and you will still like playing with your little friend. I don't give a shit if Woody's dead. And you guys know Toy Story. Toy Story is my all-time favorite movie series. It's, believe it or not, even I rank it, for me, just personally, above Godfather, the Rocky movies, all that stuff. Gibster says, Soldier, sir, we're surrounded on all sides. What should we do? General, I just shit myself. Soldier, thank you, sir. You were a great help. Yeah. Well, at least he did something. He took action. Shelby Wright says, what's red and bad for your teeth? A brick. Baseball bat, too. That's why I have, up here, I have one tooth pushed back further than the other. Baseball bat. Oh, Gabe. What did Kurt Cobain and Michelangelo have in common? They both used their brains to paint the ceiling. Yeah. Oh. That would actually be funny, Blue Blade. Blue Blade Studio says, moan louder every time a cashier scans an item at the grocery store. See what happens. That would be pretty funny. That's a good one too, Nova. As a ginger myself, I like this one. What's the difference between bricks and gingers? Both are red, but only one is getting laid. And it's not the ginger, just in case there was any doubt. Nicholas says, what do the Nazis and the Soviets have in common? They have special camps for special people. Indeed they do. And did. I've heard that one, Trevor. What's the difference between a priest and a zit? A zit waits until puberty to come on a kid's face. Yes. Alpha says, can I ask you something? Who does your tampons? Tampax. I ain't a cheap bitch. You think I'm going to go out and buy those fucking dollar store bargain ones? I get the good shit. Mr. King of Negativity. How do Jews go to heaven? Well done. Barry says, what's the difference between a camera and an American? The camera doesn't shoot the black man without a reason. Jeez. Oh. That's terrible. Joel says, storm the Vatican. They can't rape us all. Jeez. That's pretty good. Donkey Cardo says, I like you. No homo, though. Oh, a little bit of homo is always acceptable. I'm gonna pop up. I'm gonna hit the link again once more, guys. We're having membership drive time over at our Patreon, the Goosh. So anybody wants to check it out, there's the link. Neon Brian says, what's the worst thing about breaking up with a Japanese girl? I've heard this one. You have to drop the bomb twice before she gets the message. Yes. Pizza Man says, would have sent my joke, but YouTube made me edit it down to nothing. Yeah, big surprise. So I guess I'll make a new joke. Susan thinks she's good at her job. Yeah, because like I've told you guys, and I know we always have different people in there, so I repeat it, but I told you guys on a number of occasions, we have, in our control panel, we can set to censor chat and to censor comments and stuff. I turn all of that off. I don't want anything censored, and it doesn't do a goddamn bit of good. I get censored. I've had to rewrite things that I'm trying to type in. Fucking ridiculous. Such a bunch of babies. I mean, it's words. It's just fucking words. If you don't like the words you're seeing wherever you are online or whatever, leave. That's all. Jesus Christ. Not everybody. So many people are so soft, and those are the people that the powers that be seem to want to cater to for some reason. Mr. Croissant says, Andy's coming has two meanings, not just one. How about that, Toy Story? Oh. Joel says, Ronald McDonald, Burger King, or Kool-Aid Man? Who's your favorite mascot? Of the three, Burger King, because he's creepy. And I do respect the fact that Burger King had the Burger King, obviously, as their mascot. We're doing the commercial straight up, and everybody started determining that this fucking character is creepy as hell. And rather than try and downplay it, get offended by it, whatever the case, Burger King kind of embraced it. For the longest time, you saw them making videos that were more and more creepy with the Burger King, subtly, because they're a family company. But, he would just randomly show up in people's living rooms while they're go about their day-to-day lives and stuff. And I always thought that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool move by a corporation to just go, you know what, he is kind of creepy, and embrace it. I've heard that one, Chrome. Why do orphans suck at baseball? They don't know where home is. That's terrible. Spooter Spagooter. I like that. What's red? 6 inches and have to do with your significant other or miscarriage? Jeez. Oh, Johnny's got some brutal ones today. Why did Sally fall off the swings? Because she had no arms. Why didn't she get up? Because she had no friends. Oh, man. Gabe says, what's the difference between an ISIS training camp and a school? Don't ask me, I'm just flying the drone. That's awful. Leslie says, in New York, someone gets mugged every 10 seconds. Poor guy. Everybody's got to have a hobby. Chrome says, my elderly relatives like to tease me at weddings, saying, you'll be next. They stopped, though, once I started doing the same thing to them at funerals. Nah, it's already too late for that. That's good. I like that one. Kaiser says, The PC tells the mother computer he's got a virus. The mother computer tells it, stop faking sick so can game on the internet all day and go to school. Alpha says, remember, when you are dead, you do not know you are dead. It is only painful for others. The same applies when you are stupid. That's really good, Alpha. I like that one. That's a key. If I had any type of memory, I'd remember that. But I'll read that again. That's a good one. Remember, when you are dead, you do not know that you are dead. It's only painful for others. Same applies when you are stupid. I like that. Angry Pokemon says, I heard that 1 out of 5 girls in college gets raped. Why do fathers keep sending daughters to college then? 1 out of 5? Is that a real stat, Pokemon? That's terrifying if that's true. Yeah, Barry says, what comes after 69? Divorce. That's not a joke. There's words to live by. Isn't Big Green? That's a good one. I'd never heard that before. I like that a lot. That's really cool. And Jesus is back. He says, by the way, I was told I couldn't be an ordained minister. Apparently being dead doesn't stop back taxes. Nothing stops the tax man, Jesus. Sorry. Oh, Mr. King of Negativity. Knock, knock. Who's there? John. John who? John broke down into tears as his mother's Alzheimer's had gotten worse. Leslie says, what do you call a dog with no legs? It don't matter what you call it. It ain't coming. Good point. That's another good one, Alpha Wolf. I like that one too. You have to be 100% behind someone before you can stab them in the back. Even the Son of God has to pay his taxes, right, Big Green? Nobody escapes the tax man. Madman says, how many political parties does it take to screw in a light bulb? This should be good. 3. 2 to stand on both sides of the ladder debating which way to turn, and 1 on the ground to tell them they're both wrong. That's well put. And just unfortunately so true. Hey, Nakomi's stream boss too. I didn't even see that. Oh, Chrome. Who is the most successful Jewish baker? Adolf Hitler. Oh, it's so sad because it's true. Wow. Chrome says, yeah, the stat is between 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 4, which is apparently higher than the Congo. That's pretty terrifying. Yeah, that wouldn't have gone well if it had happened to my daughter when she was in college. Well, I'd probably be out of prison by now, I think. Gimster says a bunch of gay guys were in a hot tub and some white stuff bubbled up to the surface. One of them said, all right, who farted? No, Popo, no. Popo says, how do you say punching bag in German? France. Come on. We cannot have a joke stream without France getting tagged in the face at least once. Oh, Chrome. Dark humor is like cancer. It's even funnier when children get it. Damn, that one was awful. Oh. Nicholas says, my black friend said he didn't want to go trick-or-treating. I said, why? He said that there were people dressed up as ghosts standing at his front door holding torches. Those goddamn hillbilly ghosts. Gabe, that one's excellent. Why didn't Monica Lewinsky vote for Hillary Clinton? Because the last Clinton presidency left a bad taste in her mouth. And stains on her dress. What does dirt and cryptocurrency have in common? They're both worthless, Noah says. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with crypto over the next couple of years or so. Oh, Big Green. If you can buy a George Foreman grill, why can't you also buy an Adolf Hitler oven? I can think of a couple reasons, but Leslie says, when you die at 72, no matter what you die of, it's natural causes. Even if you get hit by a truck, it's natural causes. Because if you was younger, you'd have gotten out of the way. Chrome says, I think I heard a part of you with that one. No, I won't apologize. Nor should you. To be frank, I'd have to change my name. That's good, Degas. I never heard that before. So what percentage of the population is named Frank? Because that joke sucks for them. They can't use it. VSS Venturez says, remember everyone, if the rear is where you nutter, then beware the doo-doo butter. Things like that. I know my sense of humor hasn't matured much beyond 12, because things like that just kill me. Who says words to live by? That's good, Venturas. Oh. Dibita John says, what's got 4 legs and 1 hand? A lion at a daycare center. Shit. Alpha Wolf says the Golden Globes are like the Oscars, but without all the esteem. The Golden Globes are to the Oscars what Kim Kardashian is to Kate Middleton. A bit louder, trashier, drunker, and more easily bought. That's good. That's fair. Barry says, my dad remarried after my mom died to make me feel better. Well, my stepmom killed my dad. Now, instead of feeling better, I have no parents and a bill from the funeral parlor. Barry, that's fucking dark, dude. Jeez. Empire Jeff says, YouTube plus Twitter plus Facebook equals you twit face. All right, guys, we're gonna have to hang up the stream for today. I got a few things I got to get done. Here's the one last time. For any of you who want to join us over at the Goosh, we're trying to get as many people into the Patreon as we can. Take a look over there. Look around, see if you want to come join us. That's the link. But this was great. I love joke days. Oh, and tomorrow's Free for All Friday. My days are all screwed up because of having been away. That's right. My days are all screwed up. So tomorrow's Free for All Friday, too. Oh, it's going to be a good one. I'm going to try and get in a stream Saturday as well. My Irish don't play till 2:30. You guys know I don't miss my Irish games. But this was fun. Thank you guys so much for all the jokes. This I love these streams. I'm going to try. I've been doing better with remembering, because I like to have these joke streams at least once a week. This has been a blast. I promise I will get back to some gaming. We got a lot of work to do yet in Resident Evil Village. But thank you. Thanks for all the jokes. Thanks for the hanging out, the friendship, the camaraderie. I appreciate you guys a lot. It is Thursday. Thursday, as I said, the sticky stuff is always so hopeful. It's always so expectant because it knows we're that much closer to Free for All Friday. Goose, goose, goose. Goodbye indeed, Gimster. So this is the hopeful, high-quality Thursday. God damn it. It's almost Friday. Sticky stuff. Here it comes. Pampu, pampu. Sticky stuff for you. Sticky stuff for you. Oh, hold on. Before I finish dispersing. Dirtman Band says, what did the boy with no hands get for Christmas? He doesn't know. He can't open his presents. But you know what it would be? Gloves. One of the things I appreciate about today's joke streams, there were a lot of physical deformity jokes. It's not I think it's typically an area of comedy that is underexplored. So I appreciate that. Guys, thanks again. Now, was that like what'd that be? Sticky Stufficus Interrupticus? All right, the sticky stuff. No, don't fight. Don't battle each other. There's more sticky stuff coming. It just got interrupted real quick. Pampu, sticky stuff for you. See? Sticky stuff for you. Come on. If you got some the first time, don't get in front of people that don't have any yet. Sticky stuff for you. Sticky stuff for you. Because we'll bang, okay? Flashing like buggy. And as always, most importantly, it's always beyond hopeful. It's the real deal. Goose, 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 goose. Goose.